Hello, Divine Masculine Collective. This is Angel Aura Divination, and I'm here to give the Divine Masculine their overall energy reading. I've already done the Divine Feminine's reading, and that will be linked in the description below if you're interested in listening to it for any reason. And now I'm into your reading. I've already opened up your energy and pulled out your cards. And this is the spread that I did for last week. It's my personal twin flame union spread kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, whatever. So let's just get into it. The first card out that we have for you, Divine Masculine, is How You Look Outwardly. We have Pan. This is the Herbal Tarot, by the way. It will also be linked in the description. This is the Devil in this deck, and this is an interesting card for how you look outwardly. And we'll talk about this more when we get into the actual relationship between the two of you. But how you look outwardly is like you are focused on sex, like you're focused on money, possibly focused on drugs, you know. You're they said it's like you're focused on that hedonistic energy where you're just kind of like balls to the wall, really going for anything that you want right now, and you're really very fiery, very passionate. You might even be a little bit ungrounded, but at the same time, the fast pace that you're moving at, it's like if you were grounded in the energy that you were in, they're actually even saying that you would be facing a lot of like anxiety. You'd be a little bit fearful of the actions that you've been taking or the attitude that you've had about your path in general. This could be about spirituality or just regular life. And I'm not even going to pull any clarifiers for that because I actually have the Wheel of the Year Tarot to pull clarifiers as well. But that's an interesting card to talk about how you look outwardly, because how you feel, we have the Ace of Pentacles. You're focused very much on the material realm. You either want to offer this to somebody or you're offering it to yourself and really opening up to that energy. You're really stepping down a very grounded path when it comes to career or when it comes to your path just in general. I also kind of get the impression that you really want to clear the energy to, have something to bring home, you know. You're focused on development in, they said the material, but also the etheric. So you might be, looking to build in the future when it comes to your material, but right now it's kind of like that manifestation energy, that potential energy where you're still kind of opening up to that in your own energy, your own mind, right? You might be feeling or getting a lot of opportunities here. But also, I see the Ace of Pentacles as you kind of planting seeds in your life right now so that you can reap the harvest later. And in the meantime, you're kind of in this energy of, you know, that hedonism, balls to the wall kind of vibe. And with Pan, though, you know, that is the Devil. That is very fiery, very passionate energy. Pan is, you know, very known. Like, I don't know if you know the astrology, the mythology behind Pan, but he is very known for having I was gonna say a slew of lovers. You know, he has like mythology related to like multiple different nature nymphs and different like demigods, I think too, or like lower level goddesses and stuff like that. And it's very interesting because Pan is also that deep, like Pan is a deep divine masculine entity. It's just interesting how that's what's coming out for the way that you look. I think your divine masculine energy is really showing here, and that you're really, wow, you're really kind of sowing your seeds, sowing your oats in this vibe. Let's get some Wheel of the Year tarot cards out. I actually kind of want to see. And so what you're focused on and what you feel and what you're thinking about right now is sowing your oats. But the way that you look, it's kind of not, it doesn't look as positive as it sounds, right? I think that it's more healthy for you to do that than you're allowing yourself to believe, or other people are allowing themselves to believe. We have the Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords, and this does have to do with the way that people see you. Very much so. I think people are seeing you in this energy, in this hedonistic energy that you're in, and are kind of casting judgment. They're putting their thoughts into the way that they deal with you. We have the Two of Cups here. They said that you're aware of your soulmate. You're aware of your twin flame. You're aware that there is somebody or someone out there that you're supposed to be, you know, dealing with. And that's you might even be looking out to your twin if you do feel like you're in a twin flame relationship or some kind of spiritual relationship similar to that energy. And you're possibly looking towards resurrection or looking towards the possibility of like renewal. If you're not in a relationship with that person, you might even be looking deeper into past lives with this individual. But let's get another Wheel of the Year tarot card to kind of confirm that energy. We have the Two of Pentacles. We also have the Eight of Cups. You might have walked away from somebody or felt like you needed to walk away from relationships, whether this was the person that is this soulmate relationship that you're in, or if this is an individual around you, like a karmic energy for you. You're walking away from things that you are not like this soul, twin soul kind of vibe, right? And the Two of Pentacles is kind of like you're still indecisive energy on what it is you want moving forward, trying to weigh out the pros and cons. And I think that might be internal conflict they're saying about you sowing your oats, where you're not necessarily, it's not that you're, well, let's talk about it. What is sowing your oats? What does that mean for you? Does that mean that you're sleeping around? Does that mean that you're trying out a bunch of different jobs to figure out what it is you want to do for the rest of your life, especially for the young people? Does that mean that you are trying out different relationships just in general and trying to have fun? Are you even in a relationship? I think that other people are looking at you right now trying to figure out who you think your soulmate is, but I also think that you're trying to be a little bit more curious about that as well. Maybe you have a lot of different prospects that you're having difficulties making a decision between, and that you're trying to walk away from the ones that are not realistic for you, but are you even grounded in that energy if you are in this hedonistic energy of Pan? I understand that you're trying to be more grounded, and I think that's being the guidance for you in this vibe. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm not saying that what other people think is going to determine your reality, but I am saying with Pan being here as a representation of how you look outwardly, I think that that does have some validity in the way that you're actually behaving. Especially because a tarot reading is basically me looking at the way that you're behaving, right? Or your energy behind that. So let's just move forward then. That's food for thought. So the third card out that we have is, what is your current mission? Or really, what is it that you should be doing on your path? And this card we have is the Page of Swords. Oh, we have the Page of Swords, and then we have the Page of Swords. So somebody's watching you, and it's kind of like saying, somebody's watching you. It's Divine Masculine, your soulmate is watching. Somebody's watching you, and you need to be watching somebody else as well. It's kind of like somebody who's not giving their energy to you, though, because the next card out that I had is why. What is it that you need to be focused on, and why? We have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles doesn't look like another person. It's like, oh, it's almost, oh. Or it's almost kind of like you're coming to the defense of another individual as well. Somebody who's trying to protect themselves. Or you might even feel like you need to protect yourself in this energy. You need to be looking out. Oh, they're saying you need to be looking for another energetic source. I don't know what that means. They're actually even saying that this is related to like a battery allegory. Because like in the mid-June 2021 tarot readings, at one point I did see like an Energizer bunny. I don't remember what that was about, but I think that you're trying to protect yourself from people who are just trying to take your energy, or possibly even people who are just trying to take your money, or even take stability away from you, especially in the mental space. That's interesting. Or that's what you need to be focused on. And Energizer Bunny, I don't remember why I was actually thinking about that, though. Did I even post that reading? Oh my gosh, I do not remember. I've done so many readings. Subscribe. I think you need to get a little bit clearer on what it is you need to be focused on your own path, and I think you need to open yourself up to the energy a little bit more. You might be focused deeply on the mundane right now, or focused on very karmic and low-level relationships in your own life, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's kind of what it seems like. Let's get some Wheel of the Year cards out to explain this. Talk about the Page of Swords, talk about the Four of Pentacles. For the Page of Swords, we have the Princess of Cups, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So you're really needing to kind of understand where you stand with other people around you, possibly even another feminine like a feminine around you, or possibly even your feminine. It's kind of like you need to understand where you stand with that person emotionally. I think that you might even be interested in kind of figuring that out, and that might be what the Page of Swords is saying as well, is that you need to take more interest in understanding where you stand with your twin, if you do have a twin, that is. The Page of Pentacles, what? We don't have the Page of Pentacles. Let's talk about the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. This is actually the same card that the Divine Feminine had for the same card in their reading. They had a different card for their why when it came to why they're supposed to be doing what it is they're doing. But you're supposed to be conserving energy right now. And why is because there's a higher goal here. It's kind of like there's a battle that's like on its way, or there's a battle that's kind of ending right now for you, and you need to be conserving your energy when it comes to having something to celebrate moving forward. I think that you need to like really focus on the materials, because there's an end goal that you do not see yet for yourself. Interesting. Let's get a card for confirmation. We have the King of Pentacles. Yep. Focus on your materials because there's an end goal that you do not see for yourself yet. I think that this is you. Like you're going to come out of this pan energy and you're going to get very grounded, and then you're going to become the King of Pentacles, or that's what you're focused on moving forward. You know, in the King of Pentacles, they're saying is like a CEO. The King of Pentacles is somebody who owns his own business. The King of Pentacles is the president of the company. He's very much in control. He's the boss, and he has the money behind it to back him up. He's the one who kind of foots the bill. Interesting. Okay. He's a very abundant individual. And a lot of times, you know, when it comes to relationships, he could be very open to giving to others. And I think that you're even kind of leveling up in that energy, trying to figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing, connecting deeper to your hobbies, and really trying to figure out like even how to make money off of certain hobbies that you have, or the path that you're on. They're saying even that you could make money off of your own spirituality. But let's move forward. The next card that we have out for you is, what should you be focused on? Like, what should you be doing? Because this card, the Page of Swords, okay, I kind of messed it up then. The Page of Swords was supposed to be what you are doing. So I guess you are kind of looking out to see what it is you're supposed to be doing. And I think that's the energy that you're in then. And that's my mistake, but I'm going to keep the recording going. So you are looking for something to have celebrated in the future, which means that you are in this energy right now where you're going to be very soon, and that's where you're headed next, I guess. Looking out, trying to figure out, doing this a very studious task of reserving your energy and looking forward to where you're supposed to be moving next. I think you are going to be getting yourself very grounded, moving forward, because you do want to have something to celebrate in the future. And like the Six of Wands also talks about coming to the end of a war, coming into the end of a battle, coming into the end of a journey. And in this card, it actually kind of looks like this individual is kind of like, this is a coming of age celebration or something, maybe even a birthday party. And so maybe that's something that you're looking forward to as well. They said that you might even want to be in a relationship or in union with your twin by your birthday. Interesting, okay. And so what you should be doing on your journey, the next card out we have is the Wheel of, this is the Medicine Wheel, but it's also the Wheel of Fortune in this deck. The Medicine Wheel, I think this is double confirmation about that studious energy that I was talking about. I think you're getting there, but you're still on your way to being grounded in your reality, in the reality of your own divine masculinity, just in general, that energy for you, what it means to be there, what it means to be doing that. I also kind of think, though, that you're going to be focused more on understanding what that means and how it can benefit you, and also how it could benefit others, whether that's your twin or whether that's just you. A lot of this has to do with self-value, where you're starting to understand your self-value, and I think that's really where you're being guided to go with this reading so far, especially in the emotional realm, because that leads me into the next card, What's stopping you? The King of Cups. I think that you are stopping yourself from feeling or acknowledging a lot of your emotions because you're trying to master yourself. But the King of Cups also kind of has a weird relationship to his own emotions sometimes, where sometimes he'll cut himself off from expressing his emotions fully. The King of Cups is somebody who has the capability of being very forthright with his emotions to the degree that he feels like he is a master of them, but not to the point that he has them holding him back. I think you have some emotions that you want to offer somebody, possibly even this twin that you have, soulmate that you have, even if it's not a twin. I say soulmate in lieu of the other labels that might be applied to your own divine union if you're not a twin flame. I think you have something to offer somebody. I don't think that anybody's taking it from you when it comes to your emotions. Now that makes sense when it could, especially when we're talking about what you're doing, like in your current energy and what you look like and what you feel. You know, you look like a hedonist. You look like somebody who's not really focused on the emotional realm. You look like somebody who's very much focused on the materials. You feel like that's what you need to be doing, and that's where you're going right now. And moving forward, your current mission right now is to be focused on developing your understanding of what it is you're supposed to be like, which is very grounded, is somebody who is very abundant, who is very stable in his own energy. And the guidance here is to kind of understand that you have something to offer relationships, and but also that you need to be grounded in that, so that when you do have the opportunity to have relationships, that you're not feeling so singular in the energy. They're also kind of saying that you need to focus on developing your sense of empathy. And for the purposes of this reading, your sense of empathy that they're talking about is understanding how other people are feeling and understanding how to relate to that. Interesting, okay. And so what's stopping you from the current mission that you're on? We have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups being about you walking away from situations, you walking away from, okay, the Eight of Cups being about you walking from emotional situations in general. If this is about a blockage, this is you walking away from emotions in general. It's kind of like you're, and this is really because that's why they had me kind of talking about the King of Cups almost in like the reverse, is because you're walking away from emotions in general as a form of self-mastery, when in reality I think you need to be developing a little bit stronger sense of that energy in yourself. So when we talk about where you're supposed to be or what you should be doing next, where you should be focused on next, moving forward in your own path, we have the King of Cups being explained by the Queen of Cups. I think that you need to be looking towards... I did kind of pick up a vibe of a masculine here, kind of avoiding that relationship, avoiding that vibe, and needing to really kind of look towards their pair, look towards their perceived partner. And part of that has to do with like developing a connection or possibly even traveling towards this individual, especially after that getting grounded and really understanding that you do need to kind of study up on your spirituality, study up on your own personal journey, possibly even develop a deeper sense of what it means to have the career that you do. And we have the Four of Pentacles out again. The Four of Pentacles has already been out for you as well. And this is about the blockage. We have the Eight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. You're walking away from emotions because you don't want to share your energy. Why? Yeah. Interesting. We have the Four of Cups. And on the bottom of the deck, we also have Strength. You're kind of like preventing yourself from really dealing with this relationship, really dealing with the aspects of this relationship, or possibly even just emotions in general, because you don't want to be disappointed. And I also don't think that you want to offer anything to anyone else and be upset or be triggered by the fact that they might seem disappointed in what it is you have to offer. A lot of this has to do with self-esteem. A lot of it has to do with self-esteem, you know. I don't like that. Because the reason why I don't like that, the reason why I even said that is because to feel like that, you've had to have felt like that in the past. You've had to have taught or told by somebody that what it is you had to offer when it came to your own thoughts or emotions wasn't enough. And now you hold back on it. Because you don't want to waste your energy. Because you don't want to be open. You don't want to be giving. You deserve better than that. You shouldn't have been taught that. That's not fair, you know? That's all I have for you, Divine Masculine. The next reading that I'm going to be posting is going to be about the relationship between you and your twins. So go check that out as well. Leave a like if this reading resonated for you. Leave a comment as well. I would appreciate it. And subscribe. Thank you.